Former AG under PNM John Jeremie, why I am disgusted by PNM. Former Attorney General John Jeremie is disgusted by then Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley increasing his salary and take $1 million back pay and generous pension before demitting office, while giving workers a mere 4%. He said so yesterday in defense of his shocking move on Monday night to publicly endorse UNC leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar and his intent to cast his vote for the party in the April 28th general election. He told the Express in a telephone interview yesterday that it is frightening that the PNM abuses the authority of the state to persecute and prosecute people. Asked by the Express what was the breaking point that led him to endorse Persad-Bissessar as Prime Minister, he said there were a number of things and disclosed that he resigned from the PNM in May 2024. That resignation was prompted because I thought that the party had abandoned its founding principles and I felt that it had lost its way and there was no prospect of it finding its way, he said. Jeremie said there are other PNM members who feel this way but remain silent. I think that there are views in the party and in the cabinet that the party is heading in the wrong direction and it has lost its way. I think they are more optimistic of the possibility of a change in direction than I am, he said. Asked to elaborate on what he meant when he said the PNM had lost its way, Jeremie said, Dr. Rowley went on national TV and espoused a view of development which was at odds with core PNM principles. It is patronism. He said there was nothing wrong with the rich getting richer and the poor essentially scrambling for the crumbs. Jeremie reiterated that this is at odds with the core PNM development principles, noting that then Prime Minister Dr. Eric Williams at a special PNM convention in 1979 said that the purpose of the PNM was to bring races together, to add nobility, and to embrace all classes and colors. Those founding principles I can identify with. I could not identify with patronism. I am not built like that. Then there were statements over the years which indicated to me that he, Rowley, didn't just misspeak. That was actually PNM policy, he said. Jeremie also said a number of programs and initiatives at the University of Trinidad and Tobago, UTT, of which he was a founding board member, were not funded and were abandoned. They found ways to find money for other things, and what I think disgusted me was the fact that they could increase their salaries to a level where they were getting $1 million plus a year, and then turn and tell ordinary public servants and the rest of the society that they were entitled to a 4% increase. I cannot understand what possessed them, he said. He noted that under the Kamla Persad-Bissessar government there was an attempt to increase salaries. And I spoke to Dr. Rowley about it because he was supportive of that initiative at the time. And Kamla's party, they pulled it back. And what happened? He was left holding the bag. And I just felt that they were tone deaf to what was going on in the rest of the society with respect to labor, and that they were thinking about themselves, he said. Jeremie said he is not keen on returning to politics as he has done reasonably well in his time out of public life. I could now make statements in a way that I could not before. I don't need to be afraid of them. I do not need a state brief. There is nothing that Fitzgerald Hines can say, nothing that Dr. Rowley can say that can injure me. What they can do is to abuse the powers of the state as they have, he said. Jeremie cited the case of firearms dealer Brent Thomas, who was unlawfully arrested in Barbados by law enforcement and brought back to Trinidad where he was detained. They have shown themselves to use the agencies of the state to prosecute and persecute persons, and I happen to know that they can do that and that they have done it. It's a record in Brent Thomas's case. They can do that to me and to anyone else in the society, and that is a scary thing, he said. Asked if he does not have confidence in Stuart Young leading the PNM and the new chapter he is promising, Jeremie said he has no confidence in Young. I think Dr. Rowley was instrumental in choosing Stuart Young. The country knows that, he said. Jeremie said, had Young faced the PNM membership and won favor at a convention, there would have been no issues with him in leadership. He said the fact that there is an issue today results from Rowley's maneuverings to have Young become Prime Minister. Why am I speaking out now? It's because having left the party last year May, I have made a decision. If I cannot speak, then no one else can. And I have fundamental differences with them on their ideas of social and economic development, and I don't want to be a part of that, he added.